fellow traders, again, evening if you're in Australia or lovely Perth this evening. What I'm doing is I'm doing the Aussie dollar US pair, daily chart, double Bollinger Band alert method, and I can put the link in. I've done it in the previous video just before on the system that I use and where the resources can be available for the indicator as well that I use. I just want to go through just some early backtest statistics as well. We'll just go through the account history, just to set a little bit of an idea of what's going on. Alright, so starting just 10,000. Alright, so current little situation. You can see sort of what I'm aiming for. It's a 1-to-1 type, and then a trailing exit for a 1-to-1 as well. So there's two positions, total 2% risk each. Okay, and I had a nice sort of winner just before as well. Alright, I'll get the statistics up and then we'll start back testing, and I'll just share my inner dialogue here on the video, which will help me as well, because that's always good to have that present as well. And I'm just listening to some alpha brainwave frequency here as well, just to help me relax, and whilst I'm testing, just a strategy I'm utilizing here as well for my brain waves, just to optimize, function whilst I'm testing here as well. Alright, so statistics here, 6 months in. I'll just open this up a little bit more. Hope everyone's having a good night as well. Okay. I'm unsure to why it has that as a max drawdown, because I'll actually go through. I've had a pretty good start to this return, and the reliability factor. That's key. I'm not going backwards here, guys. Okay, I've done that in the past. So I want you to really pay attention to that and hold me accountable as well for whoever watches it. 100% so far. So nice little run. What will happen is there'll be a loss incurred. It's like everything. It's even like the casino. They have an edge, statistically speaking, and that's what we're trying to aim for, is to develop a system, refer the statistics, and then carry it on to forward testing as well. And you haven't seen it. Here's my forward testing stuff with Oanda, my demo account. I'm not currently in the live markets. I do have live accounts, one with Oanda as well as $5,000, just over $5,300 US, but we won't go into that. That's with the signal service. My mentor manages that. So this is just developing my skill set and confidence so far. So we'll just bring that back across there. We won't really pay attention to that this evening because the markets are closed. Alright, let's get the ball rolling here. We'll just tuck that away there. Alright, we'll tuck that down here. I've got another screen here, a 27-inch Samsung LCD, but I prefer, because the mics are the webcams here, that I do it here. So it's a little bit smaller, but I reckon we can make this work. I'll probably keep this video at about 10 minutes as well, so it's hard to see on the white background as well. Alright, just gotta rejig this a little bit. Okay. Alright, so there's a signal there that's printed. So it goes through the midline, pierces the first double Bollinger Band, and that initiates the sell signal. Alright, I just want to go through. Besides that, we'll refer back to that. I probably won't take that. My concern here, it's been very strong trending, and obviously trends hit an exhaustion point. If we refer to it, it's extremely nice. So this is the Aussie dollar back in 2003, around July or so. When is it? Yeah, July 8th. Alright, so I'll just go in. I'll move this out of the way. I just like to write stuff down as well when I'm trading. So what I've said, when getting into a trend trade, watch for the pullback as illustrated, and then ideally PA means price action. So that's for technical analysis type trades. So I'm not into fundamentals. So if you are into fundamentals, I don't really know how you'd approach that. You don't really have an entry. I would have thought you just sort of go off the news or whatever. I don't do that. So, but again, just trade to your beliefs though, everyone. So if you enjoy doing that and you have a long-term belief, then put money in and that's fine. If you're long as you're comfortable doing that, then you just trade to your beliefs. All right, so let's get into this, guys. So let's go to this one. This one was real sweet. So we've had a trend continuation. All right, it's been pretty sweet. So it's been pretty easy managing this pair so far. It's been behaving pretty nicely. So that ended. There must have been a minor pullback and hit my trailing exit, and we've gone down again. I didn't get into this because I'd like to see a little bit more downward pressure to confirm a swing, a genuine reversal. So I let it play out. It comes back, goes down a little bit more. We'll zoom in here. So this is what I'm talking about, price action confirmation as well. All right, so we've got here, this is pierced, rejected that with that candle, gone up, signal, I played it just above here, gets in, and obviously I actually thought, gut feeling, and for novice traders I've been told by many experienced traders that your gut feeling is probably wrong. So how I played it, I was like, look, that's how I felt, but I got into the trade, set the entry about here, just on the wicks. And if there's no real, if it's pierced above that, I'll go 10 pips above the high, and the high is the tip of that wick there. All right, and then I played it out, trailing exit of a 1-to-1, so the entry was there and the stop loss was down there. That was around 120 points from memory. Yeah, it was. All right, so here it is. Here it is. Okay, down there, 120 pips. Set the profit target up there. So it's slow a little bit and then it goes. But again, it's a system where it's a set and forget type methodology. So this is a daily chart. So that took, I mean, when did that close? So that was the close time. So it took 12 days. So some people like that. You just trade to what you've prepared for. So I work a lot on meditation to keep my mind calm. I can send you guys resources on that as well. So that's quite key. So I don't like scalping stuff. I'm going to dabble after all this, probably in a 1 hour. So I'm going to keep a day job, compound the profit. This is the long-term goal here. And then if that goes really well, I probably won't get a lot of money out of this YouTube channel, but who knows? I mean, I'm going to be very honest and transparent here, guys, and I'm willing to help. I'm sharing information that I'm learning firsthand. So, if that takes off, that'd be great as well. But keeping the day job, and then from there, as a weekly income, I wouldn't mind having an hourly thing that I'll do, Tuesdays, Thursdays or so, or Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays. All right. So anyway, let's get back to this. So I've explained things. I don't want to add it again, and it hit a bit. A bit of exhaustion there, and then the trailing exit was hit with this. All right, so we'll continue. I'll just have a sip of water here. My jumbo blue water bottle that I like. I find keeping fluids up is also good for brain health, just with the neural activity and whatnot. Brain function is considerably better when you're well hydrated as well. So that's something to think about. And I do a 30-minute on, 30-minute off cycle as well with this. All right. Will I get into this trade? Let's just have a play around. Stop loss would be set about here. Entry would be around there. The concern is how large this is. You know what I mean? Like, that's too big. That's concerning. So no, I don't like it at all. The reason why I don't like it at all, I know it's there's my gut feeling here, but you see it so many times. There's a retracement. Let's see what happens here. If it goes again, we'll be in. Not quite. So that would have triggered me. So it'd be in profit here potentially, but no, we're not going backwards. Damn it. We're not doing it. Making this video, making it professional. Now it's getting to a thing where it's peaked up, and now we're going to get a bit of sideways action here. I'll try and move that mouse cursor a bit slower, guys, as well. Sorry. Oh, okay. Engulfing candle. What I look for is space to the left as well. I mentioned in the previous video my trading checklist. I keep that for the demo as well, but I have it there. I have it right under my mouse cursor, so I have a laptop. I have the mouse. I like a mouse. I don't like the little touch pad that they give you with the laptop for trading, obviously. Yeah, so if it's just not, the chart is not what I'd say is ideal. If these are a lot smaller, and then that was around here and went down, lots of space to the left, then yes, that's fine. Okay, interesting. Zoom out, we get a macro perspective. Play it down there. Why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna get this out of the way here. Let's put it down. Let's put it down here. So I get the order, pending order. No, so the first position won't be a trailing at price. So there's the low. Obviously in a sell it's 10 pips below. But I like that. I'm gonna play it just on that. Sell stop. Stop loss. Oof. Massive. That's too small though. It's too small. Gotta give it a bit of breathing room. Bad on that. Nah, look. I'm a bit aggressive tonight. Let's do it. Because it's just, look, there's a little consolidation box. So you got to allow it some breathing room. You know, you got to play it like that. Alright, guys, I've just got to... Where did my calculator go? Where did my calculator go? Just a quick calculation here to work out a couple of things. So you go 60, no, I'm doing it incorrect here, everyone. So it's a stop loss minus the bid price, okay, and that will give us a take profit. Alright, so 66.51. Wish my mental maths was really great, but it's not. 64.40, 211, so 64.40 minus 211. I'm no math savant, and that's 62.29. Reasonable to expect it to fall like that. So that's worked out. So we had a difference of, open this full screen, of 211. So we go to work out the risk, 100 divide 211. That equals 0.47 divide 5. So not a lot of risk here, everyone. Alright. So we're placing the order. We're doing it again here. I'll show you the difference. Pending order. So same inputs, same risk. So don't forget, I've done this before. Trailing exit 211. Alright, I'm only going to really do one trade because this is blowing out here. Nearly made the trade as well. So at price, sell stop 16.40. Stop loss at 66.51. Just double check everything is okay. Alright. Okay, see how it does. Look, hasn't triggered. So in the rules for this system, so I'm going to have to close that down. Alright, I should have closed it down right there and then. Very lucky how that didn't get triggered. And it's another price action. Okay, so that's good. I wouldn't mind just getting a live trade here, everyone. So golly gosh, we'll do it again. We're gonna do it again. Sell stop at price. So it's not an exacting thing, obviously. It's sort of, this is how I play it. Okay, so each chart is slightly unique because no trade is going to be exactly the same as the next trade, because you know that's impossible with how markets are, and every trader is different and emotions are in play, and you know, not all robots are trading. We are trading as humans, so that's how I sort of read it. Alright, so stop loss, I'll play it. Poof, even bigger. Yeah. At the open there. Alright. This is the boring part. More calculations. 66. 48. Nice. This is my life right here. On a Saturday night. 208 points. So 64.40 minus 208. 62.32. Open for feedback here as well, guys. Obviously, lot sizing, and I'll have to close this as well. So 100. Just to make sure risk is set. All right, so that's 48. 48 divided. Sorry about this, everyone. So similar. Very similar, just double checking them. And these tracks go for around 30 odd minutes, so I play it once it's gone. I'll have a break as well, so it's very close to finishing. So that's looking okay. Place the order. We will place another order as well. Exactly the same this time though, just with the trailing exit. What was the difference? 208. Really lot size. That was silly of me. I had to work that out. I forgot. It's a tiny difference. 208. Okay. That price. Memory's pretty bad too, isn't it? I don't remember the. Pardon me, sorry. And 66.48. Okay. So look, can it bust out of a little bit of sideways stuff? I'm playing the probability game by putting the entry down here, and we'll see. It'll stop me. It's going to probably stop me out. Okay, so as you guys can see, I'll move this. I'll go to the open positions and we'll hold it. All right. Maybe you won't want to get near my face. I'll be scared. No. I think what happened there, everyone, was that I was a little bit ambitious, and when it is sideways, you just sort of wait, you know, on a pair. So that stung a little bit. Alright, so what we'll do, I'll show you how I play it. Sorry about all this moving around. I will file, take a screenshot. Okay, so double click that on the journal, or the account history table, sorry. Shows me what's going on. Lot of swap too. No. Yeah. Look, it's in sideways stuff, so we stay clear of that. I'm going to write something here as well, because I should know better than I've done enough that I sort of forced a trade here for the video, and that was really stupid. Kept hitting shifts. I'm gonna go to bed soon. So once it's fresh in your mind, that's where you need to take some notes. You need to make some journal type entries like I'm doing here, just so it's fresh and you know what's going on, what you were thinking, what your emotions were. And I'll put that, you know, there because it's fresh in my mind. I'm going to save the project here as well. And then what we'll do is we'll open up the screens and I will bring this in as well. It's just loading up on the other. I think what I need to do is probably get a new computer just with a bigger screen. How about it? Alright, so what I do here now is I'll draw a little bit. I need a little stylus thing as well. So because obviously with the mouse it's pretty darn hard. When it's a loser, I'll use red as well. Alright, so it's over 20 minutes, but look, you know, this is pretty helpful information, I believe. You know, you're not going to get people really doing this and sharing a back test and explaining how they actually do it, because the best guys back test. You know, Walter Peters, James Kensington, those are the major guys that I know. Research them. You know, they trade hundreds of millions of dollars, so they backtest a lot. They still backtest, so you know it's not some computer game thing where it's just meaningless. Like, it will help your trading. All right, so that's where it was. You know, my rules. What I've noticed, so it's been a lot of sideways stuff. It's an ugly little illustration, but you know, normally if there's a little bit of pause. So a little bit of pause, and then it wants to go back up. But this, so, you know, 3 out of 4 really for my rules, because support resistance was respected. You know, the trend movement wasn't really. Was there price action? A little bit because of that before it, and it was pressing like it wanted to go downward. It did go a little bit downward. But the rules are the rules. I don't take profit early. I let it hit the targets I set. So we get over that. I save it. And then I've got another file here for. So how I would say it needs to be treated like another job. Okay, straight up. First loss. And I would call it probably fake down on a weak reversal. Okay, we save it. So that was good. You know, a loss was captured on video. You know, I had to close another trade as well, but you know, that's life. So I'll move that out of the way. But anyway, guys, again, I hope everyone's having a good weekend. You know, do a little bit of back testing, have some fun. You know, I didn't do any today, so I normally find my brain for this sort of stuff, it just comes to light at night. I don't understand why, really. Maybe I watch a lot of TV that initiates the alpha brainwave frequency. So I'm in a relaxed state. I had a bath, and then again listen to more brainwave stuff before. And I'm doing a little bit when I'm trading as well, just to maintain that state. I'm trialing some theta brainwave stuff, which, you know, it's like when you're in that sleep state, but it helps with creativity and imagination. So when you're developing a new system, I might start doing that sort of stuff as well. But this was an alpha track just to help me relax. But anyway, guys, thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a nice weekend. See you guys.